Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Prime Concept. In this video, I want to consider the aspect in trigonometry, which is special angles. So we have angles that are known as special angles. And why these angles are called special angles is simply because you can easily get the trig of those angles without using calculator or even the four-figure table, right? So that is why they are called special angles. So we're going to learn how to obtain the trig of these special angles in maybe two ways or more. So let's see how we can do this. So special angles. So the basic special angles we have includes 30 degree, 45 degree, and then 60. These are actually what we know as special angles. But in this video, I'll be showing you some additions to this. I'll do 30, 45, 60. I'll do 90. I'll do 0 degree. I'll do them. But let's start with 30, 45, and 60 degree. See how we can obtain the trig of these angles without using calculator. So first, if you want to do this, we draw an equilateral triangle. So we're going to use this to get 30 and 60. We draw an equilateral triangle. So for an equilateral triangle, we know that the three sides are equal. So we're going to assign values to these three sides. Since the three sides are equal, it means if I assign the value 2 to this length, it means this length should also be what? 2. And this length should also be what? 2. So but what I'm going to do now is I want to split this triangle into two parts, equal parts. So I will bisect. When I bisect this, you notice that this part should be 1 and this part should also be what? 1. But I'm interested in just one part of this triangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw. I need just one part of this. So I'm going to redraw. So I have this. This is my right triangle. Then this is 1. This is 2. Remember, for an equilateral triangle, one thing that is prevalent is that the angles are equal. And each of the angles in an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. So what it means is that this angle is 60 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. This total angle is also 60 degrees. So if you if you bisect this angle into two, it means that one part of it, which is what you have here, should be what? 30 degrees. This remains what? 60 degrees. Now one work we need to do is, how do we find this side, this opposite side to 60 degrees? How do we find the value? We can use Pythagoras. So I would call this side x, so that x, if we use Pythagoras simply says the square of the hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse in this case is 2. So I have 2 squared is equal to the sum of the square of the other side. So 1 squared plus what? This side I don't know, so I'll call it x squared. So 2 squared is 4 equals 1 squared, which is 1, plus x squared. So if I try to make x the subject, I would have 4 minus 1 equals x squared. So 4 minus 1 is 3, which is x squared. So which simply means that x is equal to what? The square root of 3, plus or minus, but I'm interested in just the positive value. So it means I've been able to find this side, the missing side of the triangle, as root 3. Now all I'm doing is just to explain to you the idea behind this. But for exam purpose like your JAMB, basically what you would need is to be able to memorize this diagram. Once you memorize this diagram, know that the hypotenuse is 2, the opposite to 60 is root 3, then this side, the adjacent, is what? 1. Once you can remember this, that is it. Under exam condition, you are not expected to start deriving these things, and that is why it is a shortcut that can help you evaluate 60 degree, 30 degree without using your calculator. Now, having obtained this diagram, I want to find sine 60 from that diagram. Sine 60. Remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So what is opposite to 60? It is what? Root 3. So sine 60 is going to be root 3 over 2. So it means now and beyond, sine 60, you can check with your calculator, is always going to be root 3 over 2. And when you evaluate, root 3 over 2 is same as 0.8660 in 4 places of decimal. So that is sine 60. Also, we want to find, okay, let's do cos 60. Let's be done with 60. So cos is adjacent. So adjacent is 1. So cos is adjacent, which is 1 over hypotenuse, which is 2. So this is what you have, which is same as 0.5, right? Yes. Now, we want to also see, let's get sine 30 degree. Sine 30 degree is also opposite. Sine, this is 30 this time around. And opposite to 30 is what? 1. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so which is 1 over 2, same as 0.5. Also, you can find cos 30 degree to be what? Cos. Remember this 30. Cos is adjacent now. Adjacent is root 3 over 2. So root 3 over 2, which is same as 0.8660. Now, one of the things you would notice if you are very observant as a science student, one of the things you would have noticed here is that sine 60 degree gave us the same answer as cos 30 degree. In my later videos, I'll still explain, but let me just hint you on that. Sine 60, or rather 60 degree and 30 degree are complementary angles. What are complementary angles? Complementary angles are angles that adds up to 90 degrees. So that is why 60 plus 30 is 90. So what is one of the properties of complementary angles? For complementary angles, sine of one of them would be the same as cosine of the other of the complement, right? So sine 60 will be the same as cos 60. Cos 60 will be same as sine 30, right? That is one property of complement. So if I say sine 15 degree, it will be same as cos what? Tell me, drop the answer in the comment section, because 15 degrees complement to some other angle. So tell me which angle it is. Now, we've been able to get these ones. So somebody may ask, what about tangent? I want to get tangent. What do I do? Very simple. For example, let me rub this part. Now, for example, I want to find the tangent of 30 degree. Recall in my previous video, I told you that tan is same thing as sine of that angle over cosine of the same angle. So tan 30 degree is same thing as sine 30 over what? Cos 30. So that is one thing you should know. So if that is the case, what did we get as sine 30? We got sine 30 to be 1 over 2. So I'll write it 1 over 2 divided by cos 30. We got cos 30 as root 3 over 2. Root 3 over 2. Remember, this is tan 30 we're trying to find. So what am I going to do? I'm going to simply know that 1 over 2 divided by root 3 over 2. This can still be written as 1 over 2 times 2 over root 3. So you would quickly notice that 2 can fizzle 2. And at the end, you would find that tan 30 is actually 1 divided by root what? 3. So that is tan 30. That's how you can find tan, knowing that, okay, we can find tan this way. Of course, we can still use the triangle to get tan. I just decided to take you through a process. Now, somebody may say, I don't want to go through this long method of getting tan. What else can I do? Simple. Now, I want to rub. Which part should I rub? Yeah, I'll rub this. I'll rub this. So, I want to find tan 30, but I don't want to use this, right? Yes, what will you do? You use the same triangle. So, you have tan 30 degree. Now, what is tan? We know that tan is opposite over adjacent. So, tan 30, for example, opposite is 1. Adjacent is what? Root 3. So, we have tan 30 as opposite 1 over this. So, did we get the same answer? Yes. This is just to verify to you that when we say that tan is same as sine over cos, it is what? through. So you can see we got same result as just doing directly. So in the same way, you want to get tan 60 degree, you do the same thing. This is 60, tan is opposite, which is root 3 over adjacent. So tan 60 is root 3 over 1, which is actually root what? 3. So this is how you can get, we've just been able to explain how you can get for sine for 30 degree and 60 degree. So something that is left for us to get is 45 degrees. So how do we get it? We need to draw another triangle to be able to do that. So for this, we are going to use an isosceles right triangle. An isosceles right triangle. When we say isosceles, it means that the two sides of the triangle are equal. So in this case, this side is equal to this side. So this is like isosceles. So when we say isosceles right triangle, it means that one of the angles is what? 90 degree, right? Yes. So if this is 90 degree and this triangle is isosceles, it simply means that this must be 45 degree and this must also be what? 45 degrees. So the base angles should be equal. So because this is 90 and the remaining two parts should add up to 90. Since they are equal, you divide 90 by 2, you get 45, you get 45, right? Yes. Now, the next thing we want to do is that we want to assign values to this. So if we call here 1 and call here 1, then we'll be able to find the hypotenuse of this triangle, and from there we can solve our problem. Now, how do we find this? We're going to call that x, so meaning that x squared, which is this side, should be equal to 1 squared plus what? 1 squared. So that x squared becomes 1 plus 1, which is actually 2, and then x becomes the square root of what? 2. So it means we've gotten this side to be root 2. So with this, we can get sine, tan, and cosine for 45 degrees. Now, so if I want to find sine 45 from this now, I know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine 45 is opposite 1 over hypotenuse, which is root 2. So I have 1 over root 2, right? That is my answer. But if you already understand the concept of surd, you know that you can still rewrite this answer. So I want to rewrite this answer. For example, I have 1 over root 2 and I want to rewrite it. I would simply rationalize. I will multiply the numerator by root 2, multiply the denominator by root 2, so that root 2 times 1 will give me root 2. Root 2 times root 2 will give me 2. So it means that sine 45 degree is also same as root 2 over 2, right? Yes. In same way, you can get cos 45. Now, using the concept I already explained, without even solving this, what do you think cos 45 would be? You are very correct. Cos 45 is going to be exactly the same thing as sine 45. And why is that true? The reason is because 45, remember we said for complementary angles, the sine of one is the same as the cosine of the other. So what is the complement of 45 degree? It is still 45. So it means that both of them should have same answer. But let's verify for your sake. So this is 45. Any one of them can go. Now say we are using this, because 45 is going to be adjacent, which is 1, over hypotenuse, which is root 2. So 1 over root 2. So you can clearly see that it's the same thing. So it's either you say sine 45 is 1 over root 2, or you say sine 45 is root 2 over 2. Both answers are correct, but in different forms. Then finally, we can get the tangent also. So we have tan 45 degree. Tan is opposite over adjacent. This is 45 opposite over adjacent. So which is 1 over 1, which is actually what? 1. So tan 45 degree is actually what? 1 unit. So I believe that this concept is very clear to you. Then before I end the video, I want to give you the bonus tips. Like I said, I was going to give you for 0 degree and 90 degree. I have this in one of my short videos already, but let me just re-explain it now, and it will still help us get every other angle we need. And this is the finger concept. The finger. So I'll use my left finger like this. As a finger concept. So I'll call this 0 degree, call this 30 degree, call this 45 degree, call this 60 degree, and call this 90 degree. So you see I've included 2 extra angles, 0 and 90 degree. Now going this way, I'm looking for cos. So anytime I want to find cosine, I count from this side. Then anytime I want to find sine, I count from this side. And what is the formula? This prime concept formula equals root a over 2. Root a over what? 2. Now somebody may ask, please, what does a represent in this formula? Very simple. A represents the number of fingers before the angle considered. A equals number of fingers before the angle considered. A is what? The number of fingers before the angle you are considering. For example, I want to find sine, let's say sine 30 degree from this finger. You would notice that when we want to find sine, we start counting from the 0 part. Now, before 30, let me pick 30. This is 30. I want to find sine 30. Starting from here, how many fingers do I have before 30? I have only 1 finger. So it means I'm going to replace a here with 1 finger, 1. So I would have square root of a, which is 1 in this case, over 2. Please, what is root 1? Root 1 is 1 all over 2. So meaning that sine 30 degree is same as what? 1 over 2. I know the concept is clear to you, but let me give you another example. Say we want to find cos 30 degree. Still use the formula root a over 2, but I want to find what a will be. Now, I want to find 30. This is 30, and I'm looking for cosine. It means I'll be counting from this side now. How many fingers before 30? 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 fingers before 30. So I'll quickly insert 3. Yeah. So it means that cos 30 degree is what? Root 3 over 2. Is it clear to you? Yes, but let me take one more. I'll say I want to find sine 60 degree. I would say root of a, which I need to find, over 2. So let's do that together. This is 60, but I'm looking for sine. Where do I count from? From this side. So let's count together. This is 1, 2, and what? 3 fingers before 60. So I'm simply going to do what now? Insert 3 here, and I've gotten sine 60. Now, somebody may say, you told us you were going to teach us for 90 and 0. Before I close the video, I want to do for 90 degree. So for 90, say we want to find sine 90 degree. That is root something over 2. Now this is 90, and I'm looking for sine. I'll count from this side. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 fingers before 90. So I'll put 4 here. So what is root 4? Root 4 is 2, all divided by 2, which is actually 1. So it means that sine 90 degree is what? 1. I believe that with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you that the concept of trigonometry is very simple. If you've watched this video up to this point, please do well to hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment, and share with your friends. Tell them prime concept is doing wonders in trigonometry. See you in my next video. Thank you.